Okay, just to brief my profile, my name is Muralidhar. I have around 20 years of experience as an Oracle DBA. I played almost all kinds of roles available to a DBA person, starting from a DBA team member to team lead to project manager to program manager and to practice manager level. Prior to this, I was Exadata practice manager at Oracle India. I used to manage Exadata practice for Asia Pacific region and US region. Okay, and my core competencies includes Oracle DBA, RAC, Exadata, performance tuning, ASM, RMAN, and OEM. And apart from technical competencies, I have a good exposure to architect kind of roles. I have done pre-sales work, okay, and project management, program management, and competency management for various projects. And I worked in various countries, prominently in US. Okay, I was there in US for nearly 7 years. Most of the time I lived in Jersey area, New Jersey. Used to work in New York. For quite some time I was there in Louisville. I used to work with GE. Okay, so apart from US, I have experience in UK, Middle East, Singapore, and Hong Kong. And I have some assessments, certifications on both Exadata and databases, and ITIL certified, and CGBL, Global Business Leadership, which is published by, which is from Harvard Business Publishing. So currently I am on my own. I provide independent consulting services to various customers on database products, primarily on Exadata nowadays, of course. So that is briefly about my profile. So with that, let us see the overview of Oracle Exadata. I am sure you have done some R&D on this, and okay, feel free to ask any further questions you may have on this. So the first question, what exactly is Exadata? We all know this. Exadata is basically a composite database server machine that uses Oracle database software along with Oracle hardware. So in other words, database Exadata is a hardware and a software platform on which you can run your Oracle database. Then what is so special about Exadata? We are already running databases on various servers. Why should I purchase Exadata today? Exadata is an engineered system, in the sense it is engineered, it is assembled, it is installed, pre-configured by Oracle. And Oracle uses Oracle hardware. In fact, Exadata consists of many servers. Basically, there are two types of servers in Exadata database machine. One is database server, a grid of database servers. Second is grid of storage servers. So all these servers are from Oracle. Then on all these servers, there is software. Basically, you have operating system and Oracle database. Again, the software is from Oracle. So in a sense, it is a customized hardware to run your Oracle databases. Only thing is here, the hardware, the software, everything comes from Oracle, the box, the Exadata database machine is pre-configured at factory and delivered to customer. So customer just need to purchase the box, plug and play the box. So that eliminates a lot of time to set up the hardware, install operating system, install database binaries, create databases, make sure high availability implemented, make sure it is a scalable hardware, scalable system. So these are all part and parcel of the Exadata database machine. Okay. So the tagline, if you see from Oracle, hardware and software engineered to work together. So a lot of meaning in this. Basically, the hardware is from Oracle, the software is from Oracle. This is traditionally different from what we used to do. So traditionally, if a customer wants to deploy an Oracle database, first we need to purchase the hardware. So we have choice. The customer has choice to purchase the hardware from various vendors. You may purchase IBM hardware, you may purchase HP hardware, you may purchase the Dell hardware, okay? But here in Exadata, customer cannot purchase third-party hardware. The hardware is from Oracle. Internally, Oracle uses Sun hardware. Now, because Sun is part of Oracle, so the hardware is, okay, Sun hardware, now called as Oracle hardware. And once you purchase hardware, you need to assemble hardware, you need to make sure all the hardware components are properly assembled, and you need to install operating system, and you need to install database binaries and create the database. So here, everything comes pre-installed, pre-configured from Oracle. That is the concept of engineered system. And during this process, all the servers, all the components in the servers, okay, are very high-end components. And the system is designed in such a way that you get scalability, you get high availability. So these are the two important considerations for a mission critical database deployment. So that's why Exadata is becoming very popular nowadays, and for all mission critical database deployments, business critical database deployments, many customers are choosing Exadata. Many customers are choosing Exadata. And not only that, Exadata has features for data warehouse kind of workloads, features for OLTP kind of workloads. So that way you can run both the kind of workloads, OLTP workloads, data warehouse workloads on a single machine, on a single system. This is again traditionally different, okay, different from your traditional approach. Traditionally, if you have data warehouse kind of applications, you need to purchase a machine, a database machine like Teradata. Teradata is very popular in data warehouse segment, right? Netezza, Greenplum. So they are specialized for data warehouse workloads. And Oracle traditionally is specialized for OLTP workloads. So if a customer has data warehouse kind of environments and OLTP kind of application environments, so we have to purchase different servers for different workloads. But with Exadata, you don't need to do that because it supports both OLTP workloads as well as OLAP, data warehouse workloads. And Exadata is a big system. It has many servers inside, lot of memory available to the applications, many CPUs, hundreds of CPUs available to the processing, and terabytes of storage, huge storage available to database storage. So because of that, Exadata can be used as a consolidation platform. You can consolidate all your legacy databases, small databases, or even bigger databases onto a single database machine. So that way you can save hardware cost, you can save floor space cost, data center floor space, you can optimize, you can minimize your administration effort. So because of all these reasons, Exadata is becoming very popular, gaining momentum. And if you see, most of the Fortune 500 customers, 90% of these customers are already on Exadata. Okay. So the slide shows you the Exadata rack, typical data center rack. So it comes in a standard 42 unit rack. And inside this rack, you have database servers and storage servers. And both these servers are interconnected with InfiniBand networking technology. So everything is included in the rack. So physically you have one single rack, but inside this rack you have database servers, you have storage servers, and both are interconnected with InfiniBand network. Yes. So in a single rack, you can have 2 to 19 database servers, minimum 2, maximum 19. Similarly, in a single rack, you can have 3 to 18 storage servers. Okay. So those are the numbers. We'll talk about these numbers. Okay. But for now, that is how it goes. Now, as I told you, the Exadata database machine includes two types of servers, database servers, storage servers. And the storage server will have storage devices which provides storage to your databases. And database servers and storage servers are connected through InfiniBand network. All these components, all these servers, all these storage devices, all these InfiniBand network are installed, pre-configured by Oracle team. So that way a customer team doesn't need to worry about hardware installation, software installation, high availability considerations, scalability considerations. So all these things are included in Exadata database machine. So out of the box, you get good performance, extreme performance in terms of Oracle. Okay. In Oracle words, Oracle calls it as extreme performance. And database machine is highly scalable machine. And database machine design is highly available design. So failure of any component, failure of any server will not have any impact on your database. So that is how the database machine is designed. And it has various softwares, various new algorithms, okay, various enhanced algorithms, optimized algorithms, which contributes overall to your database performance. So when you run your Oracle database on Exadata database machine, you get maximum performance from the database. Your queries runs faster. Your batch loads completes faster. Okay. So I have some customers, okay, wherein the customers before Exadata, they used to run on some other hardware. So some queries used to take 20 hours, up to 20 hours, some reports, right? So once they deploy them to Exadata, they completed under 3 minutes time. So that is the kind of performance benefits customers can expect. So that's why Exadata is becoming very, very popular. And Exadata adoption is increasing. Exadata professionals demand is increasing. Okay. Now, let us see the components of Exadata database machine. The components of Exadata database machine. This diagram shows it all. As I told you, Exadata database machine basically has two types of servers. Database servers. It's not one server actually. Okay, you will have multiple servers. Then the second set of servers are storage servers. Okay, again, it's not one storage server. You will have multiple storage servers. And both these servers, database servers and storage servers, are interconnected through InfiniBand networking technology. So physically, you have database servers, you have storage servers. Thus, the server hardware is Sun hardware. All are Sun servers. So the hardware is from Oracle. Now, then what about the software? You have software installed on database servers. You have software installed on storage servers. In the diagram, you can see the database servers has operating system. The storage servers has operating system. So basically, the database servers can run Oracle Linux or Oracle Solaris. You cannot run any other operating system on the database servers. This is fixed by Oracle. Okay, and when it comes to storage servers, the bottom portion of the slide, the storage servers run Oracle Linux as the operating system. Okay, that is again fixed. So operating system is either Linux or Solaris on database servers, and when it comes to storage servers, the operating system is Oracle Linux. Then, apart from operating system, Oracle installs database software. Okay, and all these database servers, you have multiple database servers, right? So Oracle uses Oracle RAC to form a grid of database servers. So Oracle RAC is the de facto installation on the database machine. So with RAC, we are providing a grid of database servers. And we implement grid of storage servers using ASM. So that way, on the database servers, GI stack is installed, grid infrastructure stack, which is nothing but your Oracle clusterware and Oracle ASM. Oracle clusterware implements database server grid. Oracle ASM implements storage server grid. And on the storage server, Oracle installs a new storage server software called Exadata Storage Server. So this is the storage server developed by Oracle exclusively for Exadata. So this is new software for us. Apart from this, as a DBS, we are already familiar with grid infrastructure. We are already familiar with Oracle database binaries, right? So the only new software here is ESS. ESS is Exadata Storage Server, which manages the storage on the Exadata. The storage functionality is managed by Exadata Storage Server software. And this is developed by Oracle. So Oracle, instead of using existing storage software, okay, they have developed their own storage product. Because existing storage products, existing storage softwares are not designed for Oracle database. They are designed as a general purpose storage software. Okay, so instead of using those general purpose storage software, Oracle has developed their own storage software called Exadata Storage server. And Exadata storage server has many features that are not there in general purpose storage servers. Like IBM has storage product, right? Storage server. Dell has their own storage server. Then EMC has their own storage servers. So instead of using those general purpose storage servers, Oracle has developed their own storage server. So that is used in Exadata. So these are the individual components of the Exadata database machine. And the networking technology again is new here. InfiniBand networking technology is used instead of the regular networking technologies like Ethernet or fiber channel, which is used in SAN networks, right? So compared to Ethernet, compared to fiber channel, InfiniBand is the high-speed networking technology, and InfiniBand as of now is used in high-end computing, not in commercial computings. But Oracle started using InfiniBand way back in 2008 when the first version of Exadata was released. InfiniBand is a high-speed network with low latency, and capable of transferring data at 40 Gbps, whereas your fiber channel and Ethernet are capable of up to 10 Gbps. So compared to the regular networks, InfiniBand is a high-speed network. So that way, the data will be transferred to the database nodes at a very high speed in Exadata. So all these kinds of features, all these kinds of features contribute to your database performance. Okay. So in fact, in this slide, I am showing you 3 database servers, 3 storage servers. But in reality, you will have more number of database servers. You will have more number of storage servers. So what number and all that we will see after a few minutes. Okay. So this is the architecture, or these are the components inside the database machine. Now, let us see the hardware details of each of these servers. Basically, the database server and storage server. So if you go back, these slides provide you the hardware details of the database servers and the storage server. So first, the database server hardware. As I told you, the database servers, the storage servers are Sun servers. And each database server, in X5 version. X5 is, so now the latest version is X6, which was released in last April, just 2-3 months back. Before X6, it was X5. So I am showing you X5 reference. In X5, the database servers, each server used to have 36 CPU cores, and all the CPUs are Intel Xeon CPUs. They are not proprietary. They are all open. So instead of using any proprietary hardware technology, the database machine uses Intel CPUs. So whatever CPUs we find on our laptops, desktops, the same CPUs, right? And each database server has 256 GB RAM, expandable to 768 GB. And each database server has 4 into 600 GB, 10K RPM disks. So these are the configuration details. Of course, there are many other components which are shown in this slide, like disk controller, network interfaces, remote management, power supplies. So these are other hardware components, but primarily you have processor, memory, and disk, right? So this is only per server. You will have many servers inside the database machine. For example, database machine is available in different configurations. Primarily, you have quarter rack, half rack, and a full rack. Okay, full rack is the big one, quarter rack is the small one, half rack is the medium configuration. So in a full rack machine, you will have 8 database servers. 8 database servers. So each server has 36 CPU cores. So in a full rack machine, 36 into 8 CPU cores. Similarly, in a full rack machine, 256 GB into 8. That is the total memory available. So you can imagine the kind of hardware you have in a full rack machine. Similarly, if you see storage server, each storage server again is a Sun server, and each storage server has 16 Intel CPU cores, 96 GB RAM, and 48 terabytes of storage. This is per server. Again, if you take a full rack database machine, in a full rack database machine, you will have 14 storage servers. So that means you multiply these numbers with 14. 16 into 14, those many CPU cores. 96 into 14, that much memory. 48 terabytes into 14, that much storage. And apart from the traditional hard disk based storage, Exadata storage servers also includes flash storage. Okay, so flash is the latest storage technology, which is also called as SSD storage. Right, nowadays we are getting SSD storage in laptops. So SSD storage or flash storage is a high performance storage compared to the traditional hard disk based storage. So Exadata started using flash storage from version 2 way back in 2009 itself. And of course, there are various other hardware components like InfiniBand network, remote management, power supplies, okay, and disk controllers and all these things. So these slides provides you an insight into the hardware on each of the database server and the storage server. Now, let us talk about Exadata storage server. So in this slide, the new piece of software for all of us is Exadata storage server. So this is, as I told you, is a high-speed storage server developed by Oracle. It is designed exclusively for Oracle Database I/O, and it is optimized for, highly optimized for Oracle Database I/O. Okay, so as of now, Exadata storage server supports only Oracle Database. Okay, you cannot install any other product on Exadata storage server. So that way it is custom built. It is highly optimized for Oracle Database. Whereas the general purpose storage servers are not like this, right? And apart from that, Exadata storage server has many intelligent features, unique features, again, which are not there in your general purpose storage servers. So this slide shows you some of these intelligent features which are available in Exadata storage servers. So these features include Smart Scan, Hybrid Columnar Compression, HCC, Smart Flash Cache, Flash Log, Storage Indexes, and I/O Resource Management. So these are unique features included in Exadata storage servers. These features are not available in any other storage server product available in the market. So these features are what makes Exadata storage server different from the other storage servers available in the market. Okay, so all these features contributes towards your I/O improvements. So when you run your database, against Exadata storage server, you get maximum I/O performance because Exadata storage server has all these features. So that is something about the Exadata storage server software. Now, physically, this diagram shows you the physical appearance of the database machine. It is a full rack machine, right? It is a big machine, 42 unit machine, and it can house 42 units. Each unit can be a server, a switch, or a power distribution unit. This diagram shows you a server pulled out from the rack. So all these servers are blade servers. Their form factor is very low. Okay, so they are all blade servers. Now the server is open. In this diagram, you can see the server. Okay, lid is open. You can see the hardware components inside this server. Okay. So just to give you the physical idea of the server, how it looks and all that. Okay. Now let us understand the Exadata database machine versions, where it started, how it progressed, and what is the current state of Exadata database machine. So it all started in year 2008, where the first version of Exadata database machine was released. So then onwards, almost every year Oracle is releasing a new version of the Exadata database machine. So V2, V1 started in 2008, V2 2009. Then from third version onwards, Oracle has changed the naming convention. Instead of V1, V2, Oracle changed it to X, extreme performance, Exadata. So X is prominently favoring it out. So from third version, they started X notation. X2, X3, X4, X5, X6. So these are the versions. So the latest version is X6, which is released just 2-3 months back in the last April. So some customers may be still on V1, V2 kind of versions. Some customers may be on X2, X3 kind of versions. Some customers may be on X4, X5 kind of versions. And any latest customers after April may be on X6. Okay, but V1 very less, very few customers. I don't think nowadays anybody is running still on V1. They are all upgraded to the latest versions. Okay, so what is the difference between each version? First, V1 is very different from all other versions. So what is the difference? In V1, the hardware, the servers are not Sun servers. V1 used HP hardware. The servers are HP. So that's why in V1, it is called as Oracle HP database machine. Okay. And later from X2, V2 onwards, Oracle started using Sun servers. In fact, at that time, Oracle was in talks with Sun Microsystems to acquire Sun Microsystems. And ultimately, it acquired Sun Microsystems. So that's where from V2, Oracle started using only Sun hardware. Now we are calling it as Oracle hardware. So that is the major difference between V1 and other versions. Now, apart from this, you find hardware differences from between each version and software features. So in every version, in every new version, Oracle is increasing hardware capacity of the server, okay, and adding new features and enhancing existing algorithms. Okay, more and more optimizations are built in. More and more new algorithms are built into the software. So that way, the difference is both in terms of hardware and software. So this slide shows you the hardware advances, the hardware differences between various versions. Suppose if you take storage, disk storage, okay, in V1, the total storage available on Exadata database machine is 168 terabyte. Whereas when it comes to V2, Oracle has enhanced it to 336 terabyte. Again, it is enhanced to 504 terabytes when it comes to X2 and X3. Again, when it comes to X4 release, the limit is enhanced to 672 terabyte in X4 and X5. Again, in the latest release, latest version, that is X6, the storage is increased to 1344 terabytes. So
is that for a full or is it these measures are for lab environment?
Yeah, all these numbers are for a full rack machine, the big machine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So you can see other dimensions also apart from disk storage, flash storage, CPUs, memory. So the improvement, the enhancements, from version to version. And as I told you, another difference is software features. Okay, so whenever a new version is released, Oracle is using the latest version of the software available at that time. For example, if you take X6, X6 is released 2 months back. So whoever purchases X6, the database version installed is Oracle 12c, not 11g. For example, if you take V2 X2, at that time 12c was not there. So whoever has purchased V2 X2, at that time Oracle installed 11g release 2 version. On V1, it was 11g release 1. Of course, later the customer had the option to upgrade their database to 12c or 11g release 2 as required. And so that means if it is installed with the latest database version, you can take advantage of the latest features also. Apart from this database version, Exadata storage server software. Okay. Again, like database, it has new releases. So in each new release of Exadata storage server, Oracle is adding more and more new features and improving the existing features. Okay, more and more optimizations are built in. So that way, the customers will benefit from the latest advancements in the software features also. And of course, the old customers has the option to migrate to the new versions and take advantage of the new features available in the new versions. So that is something about the database machine versions. So probably if you are already working on Exadata, I'm not sure how many of you are already in Exadata environments. So probably you may be accessing X5 or X4 kind of versions. Okay, or probably if you join job sooner or later, you may have the opportunity to touch X6 box, the latest version. Okay. Now, let us talk about database machine availability. Database machine is available in 4 standard configurations. These are called as standard configurations, meaning the configuration is fixed by Oracle. The configuration is fixed by Oracle. You cannot change it. So you have to just purchase it as it is. Okay. So to suit the requirements of small customers as well as big customers, Oracle has made this database machine available in 4 different configurations. So starting with small configuration called as 8th rack. Next to 8th rack you have quarter rack. Next to quarter rack you have half rack. And next to half rack you have full rack. Okay, like a whiskey is available in quarter bottle, half bottle, and a full bottle. Okay, so based on your business requirements, based on your budgetary requirements, a customer can choose small box, or a customer can choose medium box, a customer can choose high-end box. And of course, if you purchase small box today, later you can upgrade to next level. After that you can upgrade to next level. So that way your box can be scalable as per your business requirements. You can scale up. So let us understand the difference between all these racks. So as I told you, 8th rack is the smallest configuration. In terms of number of database servers and the storage servers, this slide shows you that difference. Okay. Yeah, I am coming to that, Naresh. These are, okay, first let us understand this. See, initially, Oracle started shipping database machines in standard configurations. In standard configurations, everything is fixed by Oracle. Customer doesn't have much choice. Okay, for example, this slide shows you the number of database servers, the number of storage servers included in each configuration. Suppose in 8th rack, the number of database servers are 2, storage servers are 3. Quarter rack also, number wise it is same, 2 and 3. Whereas when it comes to half rack, the number is 4 database servers and 7 storage servers. Whereas when it comes to full rack, you will have 8 database servers and 14 storage servers. So now, customer cannot customize this. Okay. Suppose these are called standard configuration. The numbers are fixed by Oracle. Suppose a customer wants 5 database servers and 9 storage servers. Is that available in the standard configuration? It's not, right? So the initial days are like that. Oracle used to fix the number of servers in the database machine and sell to customer. Customer doesn't have much choice. Later Oracle introduced some other concept which we will see on the next slide. Okay. So these are called standard configurations. Even till today, standard configurations are available. Okay. But nowadays, customer has more choice. Customer has the flexibility. So if you just want 2 and 3 numbers, go with quarter rack. If you want 4 and 7 numbers, go with half rack. If you want 8 and 14 numbers, you go with full rack. If you want in between, suppose I want 7 and 9, I can get that configuration, even though it is not available in standard configuration. Oracle will assemble that configuration, build that configuration, and give it to the customer. Okay. So we'll learn that on the next slide. So now basically these are the standard configuration. In standard configuration, the number of servers are fixed by Oracle. Okay, you might ask me a question looking at this slide. 8th rack and quarter rack, the number is same, right? 2 database servers, 3 storage servers. Then what is the difference between an 8th rack and a quarter rack? The difference is 8th rack is half the configuration of quarter rack. In terms of number, both are same. Okay, but the difference is the configuration. 8th rack is half the configuration of quarter rack. For example, on a quarter rack you have 100 CPU cores. In 8th rack you will have 50 CPU cores. Similarly, on a quarter rack machine, say you have 200 GB memory. In 8th rack machine you will have 100 GB memory, half of that. In quarter rack machine, say you have 500 terabytes of disk storage. In 8th rack machine, you will have half of that, 250 GB terabyte. So it is half configuration of the quarter rack. But in terms of number of servers, it is same. Okay. Initially,
I have a quick question. Can I ask a quick question now?
please.
When if they bought 8th rack with half of the configuration and later they want to upgrade it to quarter rack, is it programmatically or software wise, will they unlock those components like CPU cores and everything, or do they have to replace this and buy a new server to upgrade to the quarter rack or something? How to upgrade it?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's just okay, a software unlocking. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You don't need to purchase a new box. Some BIOS settings. Actually, through BIOS, they will enable the full course, okay, the full memory and the full storage. Okay. So, in fact, this 8th rack configuration was not available up to X2 version. It was introduced from X3 version. It all depends on the field experience, right? So many customers wanted even smaller configuration because of the cost involved. Okay, so many customers are looking for even smaller configuration than quarter rack. So to address their needs, Oracle introduced 8th rack in X3 version. Otherwise, initially we have only quarter rack, half rack and full rack. Okay. Now, later things changed. Okay. So ultimately Oracle has to listen to customers, but not the other way around. Okay. So customers are demanding more of flexible configurations instead of fixing the numbers. We are paying for that. Why you want to fix that number? Let us choose our own numbers as per our business requirements. So ultimately customers are the God for Oracle. So Oracle has to obey them. So that's where Oracle introduced elastic configuration in X5 version. So against standard configurations, Oracle introduced one more configuration called elastic configuration. So in elastic configuration, customers can choose how many database servers they want. Okay. Yeah, Suresh, it is up to you. You may want to attend that. Yeah, sure, no problem. I will be mailing this recording also. Okay. And in elastic configuration, customers can choose the number of database servers and the number of storage servers. Of course, there are some boundaries, there are some limits, terms and conditions. So if you meet those boundaries, you can order how many database servers you want, how many storage servers you want. So what are those numbers? Database servers, minimum 2, maximum 19 in a full rack. Similarly, storage servers, minimum 3 storage servers and maximum 18 storage servers. So as long as you are respecting these boundaries, you can choose any number you like. Suppose a customer wants 5 database servers and 9 storage servers. You can order that. In standard configuration, you don't have 5 and 9 number, right? So customer can order now with elastic configuration. So Oracle will assemble that, build that, okay, install, configure, and deliver to the customer. So that is the concept of elastic configuration introduced in X5. Is that more clear now? So you have standard configurations in which the number of servers are fixed by Oracle. You have elastic configuration in which customer can choose the number of database servers and number of storage servers, respecting these boundaries. Now, again, you have another concept called storage expansion racks. Most of the times, many customers run out of the storage very quickly. Okay. So in that case, how do you manage the show? You have the option to purchase only storage. You don't need to purchase database servers. You can purchase only storage servers so that you can add more storage to your database machine. Okay. So that is the concept of storage expansion racks. They add additional storage to the database machine. And this concept is introduced in X2 version. Again, the storage expansion racks are available in standard configurations, full rack, half rack, and quarter rack. Full rack has 18 storage servers, half rack has 9 storage servers, and quarter rack has 4 storage servers. So these are the some concepts, okay, configuration related concepts. Now let us see scalability. Scalability is one of the primary requirement for a business critical database system. So how you achieve this scalability? How you get the scalability when you are using database machine? So scalability is inbuilt into database machine. Okay. So customer has the option to start small and grow big as required. Okay. So you can start with 8th rack, the basic system. Okay. And upgrade to quarter rack, then upgrade to half rack, upgrade to full rack. If full rack is also full, you can interconnect multiple full racks and form multi-rack. Okay. So that way, with each rack added, you are adding more number of database servers, you are adding more number of storage servers to your rack. So that way you can linearly scale up. So why database machine? Why should a customer purchase a database machine? Okay. So in one line, database machine is best for data warehouse kind of applications, best for OLTP kind of applications, and best for consolidation, database consolidation. So on one single machine, you can run all kinds of workloads, which is traditionally different, right? Traditionally, OLTP servers are different, OLTP databases are different, OLAP databases are different, OLAP servers are different, and consolidation is again different entity. So with a database machine, you can do all these things on a single machine. So these are the main advantages of database machine. This slide shows you why you need to purchase database machine. Basically, it is an engineered system. So what does that mean? It is pre-built, pre-tested, configured as per industry standards, and includes all the supportable configurations from Oracle. And it runs your existing applications unchanged, because whether it is Exadata database machine or standard hardware, inside that you run your standard Oracle database, right? So as long as your application is certified or working with against a standard Oracle database, it can be run on Exadata also, because on Exadata also the database is Oracle database, standard Oracle database. Okay. Only thing is you are running on Exadata hardware, high-end hardware. Then eliminates the complexity of deploying large database systems. So Exadata is big, many servers, many components. Okay. So if you want to build such a system on your own, it takes months together to, if not months, at least weeks together, to build that, to test that, make sure every component is, working properly, scalability is there, high availability is there, performance is there, So definitely it would take months together for you to build such system, And extreme performance out of the box. Extreme performance out of the box. So what Oracle says is, for data warehouse kind of applications, you can expect anywhere between 10 to 100 times performance improvements. If you are running OLTP workloads, you can expect an average of 20 times performance improvements. Okay, so that is what Oracle says, but we have to really see on the field. Okay, different customers has different experiences with Exadata, but most of them has seen positive improvements and massively parallel, right? So you have many database servers and lot many CPU cores. Okay, so lot of parallelism is built into the Exadata database machine. Fault tolerant, meaning failure of any component inside the database machine will not have any impact on the database running on the database machine. So that is how Oracle has built this hardware. All the hardware is fault tolerant. So most of the hardware components are redundantly built. Failure of a single component can be tolerated. In fact, failure of entire server can be tolerated. Okay, or more than one server can be tolerated based on your configuration. Then scalable on demand, as we just explained, you can start a small with a quarter rack or with 8 rack and grow big into multi-rack system. Acts as consolidation platform because of huge computing resources, huge storage. Okay, you can use it as a consolidation platform. And lastly, you can expect a single vendor support, because the hardware, the software, every component is from Oracle. In case of any problem, all that you need to do is dial Oracle, call Oracle. Okay, and that way your firefighting becomes very easy. Traditionally, we used to engage hardware from one vendor, software from one vendor, network equipment from another vendor. Okay, so in case of any production issue, we may have to involve all these different vendors into the bridge call. Okay, so and it is very common. Hardware team says the problem is not with us. Check with software team, or software team they say it is not with us, networking team. So there is no finger pointing here, because everything is from Oracle. Everything is from Oracle. So these are the main advantages with database machine. So in terms of skill set, what is the difference? Okay, so if you want to transition from database administrator to a role called database machine administrator. Okay, so when you are managing Exadata, you are no longer called as a DBA. Your new title is DMA, Database Machine Administrator. So how is DMA different from DBA? So if you want to become DMA, okay, you need to have additional skills, like you need to have little bit operating system knowledge, you need to have little bit networking knowledge, you need to have little bit hardware knowledge, little bit storage knowledge, of course ASM and RAC, because ASM RAC are the de facto implementation, the de facto installation on database machine. So all these skills are essential to become a database machine administrator. So in terms of weightage, this slide showing you, okay, not much. You don't need in-depth about Linux, in-depth about networking, in-depth about hardware. Okay, little bit basic knowledge, idea of all these things are essential to become a successful DMA. Because all these things are inbuilt into the database machine. In database machine, you have servers, okay, some servers. So there could be a problem, hardware problem. So as a DMA, you will be responsible for the entire database machine, every component of the database machine. Okay. So that way, it is better to have a basic knowledge about all the components of the database machine. So this brings us to end of this session. Okay, and just to give you the course details, we started this course yesterday actually, but today is again the repetition of the same session because I see many new people today. So essentially you can say today is the first class for this course, and we'll continue from tomorrow during the same time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. IST, and the duration is 3 weeks, Monday to Friday, and course fee, as you know, it is 42,000 Indian rupees, and compared to Oracle University, if you are in India, Oracle University charges 1,33,000 rupees for 5 days course, and if you are in US, you can see Oracle University charges 5,000 USD for 5 days course. Okay, so my fees is 42,000 rupees, and you feel the same infrastructure, the same lab environment with me also. Whatever Oracle University is using, okay, I am using in my lab. Okay, whether you attend Oracle University training or our training, the training will be on virtual environment. Okay, even Oracle University doesn't use the real Exadata database machine to train you. Okay, Oracle University also uses virtual environment. So I have the same setup in terms of lab, and the lab is okay 24/7. You will have remote access. You can connect from your home and access any time of the day, okay, as per your convenience and practice. And coming to training methodology, the training is mostly hands-on focused with 70% thrust on hands-on, and of course 30% thrust on theory. Okay, so I will make sure the theory is covered, but more than theory, we will be focusing more on hands-on practices. Okay, that is where you need to master. That is how you can master database machine. Otherwise, just a theory, you don't need to attend the class. There are many articles, many recordings on the web. You can go through them and understand. Main thing is hands-on practice. Okay, and these are the training entitlements. You will have 24/7 access to the server, and whatever slides I am showing you here, you will have access to those slides. And I have hands-on material with around 38 hands-on practices. All these hands-on practices are tested in the lab, implemented in the lab, and okay, compiled as hands-on material. And of course, you will have access to the session recordings. I will be recording every session, and after the session, I will be sharing those recordings with you so that you can replay them any number of times. Okay, even if you miss the class also, you will have the recording with you. So that way you will have high availability to the session. Then, of course, OTN guides, Oracle Technology Network guides are there. Oracle has standard guides for Exadata. You can download those guides. I have already downloaded, and I will be sharing all those guides with you. And if you are planning for Exadata certification, I am sure most of you must be planning for certification. I can guide you on certification. There is only one exam actually, only one paper, which will cost you around 10,000 rupees, Indian rupees. Okay, all multiple choice, and I can guide you on the certification process. I can give you some exam dumps, okay, sample papers, certification papers, so that you can practice them and get a feel of the exam. And after completing this, I can help you with the sample resumes. You may want to prepare your resume and upload in the market. So I will be sharing you the sample Exadata profiles with the different experience levels, so that you can prepare your resume accordingly and float around the market. Okay, and I do get various requirements from my own customers and my own references, okay, my own friend circles for Exadata professionals. So when such requirements are there, I will help you with those requirements. I will float your resumes and okay, help you in getting through the job opportunities. So these are all the things that you can expect from us. Okay, so rest of the thing you can be assured of 100% satisfaction because you will be learning from a hands-on guy who is in this field for quite a long time, and not from a Oracle University faculty who just has teaching experience. Okay, so that way I can assure you of 100% satisfaction guaranteed. And of course, if you want to have any further conversation with me after this class or any time later, you can reach me on these contact details. My mobile number, my WhatsApp number, same, and my Skype. I am always available in Skype. My Skype ID you can note down. Of course, my mail ID. And if you want any further details, you can go through our website. Okay, for more course details, you can download the course brochure and see any feedback from our students. Or there is a lot of feedback. I think many of our students across the world has reviewed our training methodology, and you can go through them, understand the feedback from various students. If you want, you can directly contact them. I have many students in US. If you want, I can give their contact numbers. You can check with them how the training would be and all that, and then only you can take a decision. And of course, I have my support team that will be assisting you during practice. If you are stuck up anywhere in between the practice, you can reach out to my support team. You can mail them. They will be immediately helping you and resolving the issues. Of course, I will be always there behind you and behind the team. In case if the team cannot resolve the issue, I will be jumping onto that and helping you. So that's it. Thank you so much. And now I am open for questions and answers.